Because if you're unhappy now, it doesn't matter how much money you've got, you'll just be an unhappy rich person. Well, I don't tell people about how to get hold of money. I tell people how to be happy, and everything else, trust me, just flies in the door. We can't buy time, and we're giving it away wholesale. And it all sorts itself out. Who's had that situation? How am I going to pay the rent? How am I going to do this? Right, well, we're clever. You see, we're the human beings. We are the intelligent life form on the planet. You believe that? My cat in the morning lies on the floor. He ain't worrying about paying a mortgage, is he? And he ain't worrying about sending his kids to private school. What's he worried about? Getting a bit of grub in his belly. Is he going to lie in the shade or the sun? And we're meant to be in charge. We're meant to be the clever ones. In fact, if an alien was looking down and he's looking at, he's saying, trying to work out whether it's the two-legged people or the four-legged ones that are in charge, what's he going to work out? We walk around with a plastic bag and pick up their crap behind them. Where are you going to work that one out? Right? Nature has got it right. Nature's got it right. Try telling a little acorn it won't grow into an oak tree. That's what it does. A mosquito lives for 2 hours. You'd certainly know about living life then, wouldn't you? By the time you're half an hour old, you'd be looking for a girlfriend. An hour old, you'd be having your divorce. Right? Anyway, so we are meant to be the clever ones. Right? Now this is where you're all going to learn something. We get a problem, what we think's a problem, don't we? And we go, what if? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? And it goes round and round and round in your head, doesn't it? Why is it going round and round in your head? Because there's no solution, right? If there's a solution, there's no problem. But what we tend to do is we tend to go, oh, what if I'm late? What if this, what if that? And it goes round and round and round, called circular thought. You cannot solve a problem that doesn't exist, but we all create them all the time. But now this is where the human being's clever. What does he do? What do we do? We got one going like that, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And then we think, oh my God, if that happens, and we get another one going like that, right? So now we've got two things going in their head. Okay? So then all of a sudden we start getting headaches. And the other thing, you've got two brains. Did you know that? You've got one in your head and one in your stomach. They're linked. When you've got a knotted stomach, it's telling you something. It's a direct message from the brain. You go and relax, and if you can just take that little bit of anxiety away, just for 2 seconds, your stomachache goes. You take away not worrying about things that don't exist, and your headache goes. But the logical thing is, what do? You're going like that, and you go to the doctor, and you sit in the waiting room, and you're sitting there, and the bloke next to you says, what are you here for, mate? He says, oh, I've got headaches. Oh, yeah? What's that caused by? Oh, trying to solve things that don't exist. He said, well, the best place for you is Greylands. Trying to solve things that don't exist, that's a clever thing to do, isn't it? Right? So what we've all got to learn to do, is we've got to learn to be able to put things into perspective.